talk about Eboni K. Williams. Y'all know Eboni K. Williams, right? We talked about her early in the year, back in May. Remember when she was on Ivanla, when she interviewed her, and Ivanla, I can never pronounce her name right. You know what I'm talking about, So she asked her if she would date a bus driver. And what did Eboni say? As long as he owned the bus. And it went viral. Everybody and their mama comment on it. And then even Ayanla even told her something like, this is wrong thinking. It's the wrong way to move because of the way that your mentality is towards men and how y'all just look at men in a certain light that's not even right. And that's the reason why some of y'all black women are single these days, because y'all are not prioritizing what is actually real, what's not real, and what's sustainable in relationships. So Eboni K. Williams, she has the website called The Griot. And then, she's trying to do a whole bunch of things. She's a successful woman, but not a successful woman. That makes sense, right? And when I say she's not successful, because if she's not a race, she just turned 40. She has not had successful relationships. She does not have any kids, but these are the things that she desires. And she has been on her pulpit talking about how women don't need to settle, how women need to do this XYZ here, how women need to go ahead and not listen to men here. But we can see how her own advice, her own talking points has kept her single. So recently, she made a comment on her YouTube channel on The Griot that sent everybody going to buzz here. So what I want to do is I want to play this quick video here, and then we can talk about it here. So let me go ahead and pull it up, guys. Shout out to everybody here. Likes up in the building. As you can see, it's Eboni K. Williams here. And before I even mention any more items on her, right? Let's just remember, she is a successful woman as far as school is concerned. She got her bachelor's degree. She got her master's. She got her law degree. She's been on a commentator on Fox News. She even had an opportunity to be on Real Housewives of New York, I believe it was. But the problem was they kicked her ass off the show. She did not have a good enough storyline to keep her going because she wanted to talk about her issues with dating, her journey, about trying to have a kid without a man, things of that nature. And Bravo Network and the Real Housewives, that entity was like, nah, Eboni, you ain't good enough for this here, because I assume that a black woman like her will be on Housewives of Atlanta, but she don't live in Atlanta. They try to put her as like the solo black girl in New York, and we saw it didn't work out. So let's play this video here to what she is talking about, and then we're going to have a quick discussion about the matter here. So let's go pull up what she's going to say here, guys.
Reality that needs to be said out loud is that as black men age, their desirability increases. Thus, their optionality of women is always expanding. And the exact opposite is true for black women.
Really?
As we age, doesn't matter how much money we accumulate, our degrees or professional accolades, the reality is that our marriage and partnership market value is depreciating with every passing year. No matter how good we look, no matter how fit we are, men are still seeing primarily our presumed dwindling fertility as a knock against us. And speaking of fertility, that is another reason that I want younger black women to seek marriage and partnership in college or right after, if that's what they choose. Because the number of college-educated black men is so low when compared to black college-educated women that we're all going to be targeting the same small pool of men. And as we heard today, on most campuses, there's like 7 black women students for every 1 black man student. Y'all do the math. So here's my advice. If you are a young black woman in college and you know in your heart and in your head that you want to prioritize family, I suggest that you simultaneously pursue that MRS degree right along with that BA or JD. Because the handful of black college-age men that actually do desire to get married soon, and they do share that value system, and family is a priority for them too, y'all, that is an incredibly small pool, and it's shrinking as you get older. And by the time you reach my age, 40,
your age,
you will be faced with different choices relating to life partnership and motherhood. Now, I'm not saying that delaying marriage or motherhood is a bad option, but it's one that comes with its own consequences. And our women deserve to know on the front end of their decision-making instead of on the back half.
Okay, guys, that was a quick thing here. Let me get back. Put me in the big box, guys. Big box. What did Ebony just say here? This ain't the same Ebony that was talking a few months ago. This ain't the same Ebony that was over here talking about, going to the fertility clinic and having kids without men. What she's trying to do right now. She's been on the Breakfast Club. I'm not playing the Breakfast Club clip because they strike down everything. It's kind of hard to put anything on the Breakfast Club on YouTube, guys, unless you're part of the Breakfast Club, right? But she's over here now defending her actions, what she's saying here, along with what she said months ago about how, she ain't trying to date no bus driver. She is not looking at less than men to a degree, about men who don't bring a certain amount of money to the table. And now what she's saying is women need to prioritize probably find a mate in college. Oh, wow, Ebony. Wow. And have you noticed what she said that changed? She said women my age. She's 40 years old. And what else did she say, guys? She was saying how men prioritize fertility. You see, what's been going on since the dawn, the start age of feminism? And when it came to feminism, Black women, y'all let these white women sell y'all a book of bad lies. Because when it comes to feminism, that started in the late 60s, and then how y'all Black women were dragged into this here, now we're seeing after so many generations now how you guys are really being impacted. Ain't nobody ever told women that guys do not like kids or do not care about fatherhood. At the end of the day, when we get to a certain age, when we're ready and we're responsible, we want families, we want to have kids, we want to build a legacy, we want to have nuclear bonds, we don't want outside interference coming in. As we get older, we recognize the things that are important to us, and we do not want women who don't want to have kids. I've said this many, many times before. There is no point if you are a young man, middle-aged, to get married if your woman does not want to have kids, because that's going to be a recipe for disaster where y'all going to break up. We've seen this happen too many times before, where that one mate may say they don't want to have kids, right? And the other person doesn't want to hurt the other person or don't want to lose the other person, so they go along with it. And after a certain period of time, maybe months or years, that one person really do want kids and the other person doesn't. And what happens? We see the breakdown of relationships. Hence what we're seeing that with Jenny Ma's first relationship. People try to come in my comment section saying, Dave, she filed for divorce first. That don't matter if she filed for divorce first. What matters though is that her ex-husband wanted kids, and she said that she didn't want to have kids. So by the time she filed for papers for divorce, he already had the other woman pregnant. He already had checked out, had already left, found another woman, and got her pregnant, right? Men want relationships. They want meaningful relationships. And the problem that we have here is that y'all women, I'm saying y'all, majority. When I say majority, that's 50.1%. I didn't say all. I said y'all. I didn't say all. I said y'all. Okay. And the majority of y'all, 50.1% and above here, cannot comprehend or understand that. So let me do this here, guys. Let's play the video one more time so you guys can hear what Ebony is saying. And the thing that's just going on right now before I play the video, she's getting backlash now from y'all ladies. How could you say this, Ebony? What are you talking about? What she's talking about is that the wall is here. It ain't just around the corner for Ebony. It's already here. It's been erected, and she is dealing with the fact of the matter is that even though that she is an attractive Black woman here, it doesn't matter how good you are on the outside here and how good you look here. It's got to be so many other qualities that come into play where that men want to take you seriously. You know what I'm saying? When I say seriously, guys, so women get it confused when a guy gives women attention. Maybe even having sex with her. It could be a random hookup. They could be in situationships, arrangements. But on the outside, y'all women getting y'all feelings. You see a man messing with a certain type of woman, and y'all saying, what are we talking about here? And you don't understand coming from the inside of a man that we will deal with a woman. We'll give her sexual energy, but we're not giving her the wifey energy, the wifey material that we're looking for here. And that is something that no matter what kind of conversation I have, you guys cannot comprehend it. Let's play the video one more time for everybody who come in late so that y'all can hear what she's saying here, because she is realizing that at 40, it's hard. Ladies, she is successful. She has degrees. She's on TV, internet, etc. And she is telling y'all, I can't get a man. So what about y'all women out there who are average earning women here? You're making $37,000 to $50,000 a year. You live in a location that does not have a lot of men there, and the men that are there are already taken. You need to take a chapter out of her book here and to say, if Eboni has problems, what is that going to say about me and my future? Let's play that video one more again, guys. One more time.
The reality that needs to be said out loud is that as Black men age, their desirability increases. Thus, their optionality of women is always expanding.
Let me pause that here, guys. Women don't like this here. They hate this. You see, ladies, you have to understand that when we're younger, y'all ain't checking for us. Even if I'm 21 and you're 21, you're not checking for 21-year-old guys. You're looking for the 31 and up guys, you know? So the one thing about men is we are wine. We get older, we get better. So when y'all complain saying he gets older and he gets better, what about me? Here's the thing though, when we were younger, we did not have the options that you ladies have. A 21-year-old woman has the oyster to her hand here, basically. She has anything she wants. A 21-year-old man, he is just sitting there and waiting to get older. He is waiting to get older because y'all ain't checking for him.
And the exact opposite is true for Black women. As we age,
What's going on, Jay?
Doesn't matter how much money we accumulate, our degrees or professional accolades. The reality is that our marriage and partnership market value is depreciating with every passing year.
Y'all hear that? The ladies are killing Eboni with that one here. You are depreciating with every coming year. And why is that? Because men desire women who are younger, who are fit, feminine, and friendly. Shout out to Kevin Samuels, rest in peace. Right? When you get older, that's something that men do not normally desire. We desire that youth and femininity. Okay. When we get older, we are more desirable to women. Hence, when we're younger, y'all ain't checking for us. So, ladies, anything that y'all look at us, you have to do the opposite for yourselves here. You get your peak and your prime, and you at your prettiest in your 20s. When you get to your 30s, you better have found that man. It's gonna get harder. And you get to your 40s, man, oh man, it is really hard out here for a pimp. Let's continue.
No matter how good we look, no matter how fit we are, men are still seeing primarily our presumed dwindling fertility as a knock against us.
Exactly here. Because if I'm a man and I want kids, I want a legacy. I don't care if it's a girl or a boy, what you can give me. If you can give me a healthy child or a couple of kids, but the thing is, ladies, you have an age timer here, right? You just can't be saying I can have kids at any age. No, you can't. And before you all say, well, there's modern tech now, there's in vitro. Most of y'all, I'm going to say 98% of y'all cannot afford in vitro. He ain't going to say in this video. But on the Breakfast Club, you know what Eboni K said? That about 8 years ago, she went into the process of getting her eggs on ice so that, you know, she could prepare for this day, right? She didn't think, though, that she would never find a man, not to be able to find a man to do this process here. But she was breaking down on how much, you know, you got to stick yourself with the needles and give yourself the hormones every time. You got to do it by yourself. You know, what was another thing that she was talking about? It costs between $10,000 to $15,000 per egg retrieval. So, guys, when you're trying to go through vitro, ladies, it's not a guarantee that your first attempt is going to work here. And some of y'all can't even afford no more than one attempt. So if you go through your first attempt for the egg and it doesn't go through, that's $10,000, $15,000 down the drain here. Then you got to go through another attempt. That's another $10,000 to $15,000 to drain here, right? And here's one thing that the doctors don't tell you, or the ladies who've gone through the process don't tell you. It is hard. It is lonely. Your emotions, your hormones are going through the roof. It's hard to control and balance yourself. And then you want to add the fact that Eboni's trying to do this by herself. Kids and a family is meant for a man and a woman. And she is now trying to do this by herself and become a single mother. And all y'all keep saying, I can get to my 40s and I can have a kid. I can go through in vitro. And no one tells you how hard it is and that it is not guaranteed. You could literally spend $50,000 and not even have a kid.
And speaking of fertility, that is another reason that I want younger Black women to seek marriage and partnership in college or right after, if that's what they choose. Because the number of college-educated Black men is so low when compared to Black college-educated women that we're all going to be targeting the same small pool of men. And as
let me add this here, Eboni, too, as well. And that is another problem. It's a double-sided sword here. She is saying this, and of course, Kevin Samuels said this, and all men, we all say this here for the betterment for y'all women here. We're not saying this to make y'all mad because we hate you. We're saying this because we want the best for you guys here, right? It's best to prioritize a serious relationship in your college years. But what did she say, though, about men being in college, that women outnumber them 7-1? It's because that men have understand the grasp about how college is a fleece. College is a scam. College is a ripoff. And it's only intended for the careers that is needed. Okay, you got so many people like women getting basket weaving degrees here and then gaining $60,000 in student loan debt. That makes no damn sense. What kind of job you gonna get in basket weaving? We got women going and getting language arts degrees, and you're not even using language arts. It's a worthless degree. Okay. So when she says that, of course, the women outnumber men in college 7-1 here, it's because guys have said, you know what? If I'm not trying to be a doctor, if I'm not trying to be a lawyer, or if I'm not trying to go to the major sciences in STEM, science, technology, engineering, and math, if it's not in these fields here, what is the point of getting all this student loan debt? And what's the point of me going to go through these years here where that I'm going to come out not making that much money? I got to owe these loans all this kind of money here. Men have been smart to understand, like, let me go ahead and get a trade, or let me go ahead and go to school just enough so I can make some decent money here, while women are going in drones, getting in bachelors and getting masters, but only coming out and making small change and having gangs of student loan debt. So the prioritize is for women to find men during your college years, but don't be so reliant to find a man in college, because men are already saying we're not checking for college like that unless it is actually absolutely needed, because I ain't going to debt like y'all.
And as we heard today, on most campuses, there's like 7 Black women students for every 1 Black man student. Y'all do the math. So here's my advice. If you are a young Black woman in college and you know in your heart and in your head that you want to prioritize family, I suggest that you simultaneously pursue that MRS degree right along with that BA or JD. Because a handful of Black college-age men that actually do desire to get married soon, and they do share that value system, and family is a priority for them too, y'all, that is an incredibly small pool, and it's shrinking as you get older.
See, she keeps saying college men. And I need ladies to understand, because y'all watching. I know my channel is predominantly men driven here, but yo, the percentage has changed like 24%. We got about a quarter women here, guys. They may be ninja watching during our live streams, but they watch on the replay, gang. They watching the videos. They watch me. We got about a 25% women base now, guys. We're growing. Y'all listening to me here, or y'all just love to hate me and listen to this here, right? But here's the thing, though, that Ebony keeps saying about men in college. The point should be women prioritizing in their college years, because like I just said a few moments ago, men are not going to college in the same frequency as y'all women do. You guys will go ahead and take out a gang of loans, and then you're saying, I'm a college woman now, right? Guys like saying, what can I do to get this money as fast as possible? The cheapest way to do it here, so I'm not wasting all my time here giving the government these loans here. See, she keeps focused on men in college, and I get that. We want ladies, if you're in college, we can find men in college too in your best years. But you got to remember, there's a caveat that a man like me is going to say here. You're not going to find as many men in college. You keep your eyes open in college, but know that in your college years, the best time to be looking. But just know that there's not that many, and we are not going for it. Hell, I'll let y'all know, right? People who rock with me know this here. I didn't graduate college. I have enough credits for an associate's degree. I changed my major once and I couldn't get my associate's degree. But then I was done with college within a year and a half here. And you want to know something? My current position when I applied for it said they wanted a master's degree. And you want to know something? They waived that itch with me not even having a master's, not even having a bachelor's or an associate's. Why? Because most companies are realizing that certain positions don't require that degree. Can we hire the man or woman to get the damn job done, and then we can pay them the right amount accordingly here? It's not all about the degree anymore. So I want you guys to understand that here.
And by the time you reach my age, 40, you will be faced with different choices relating to life partnership and motherhood. Now, I'm not saying that delaying marriage or motherhood is a bad option, but it's one that comes with its own consequences. And our women deserve to know on the front end of their decision making instead of on the back half. The reality that needs to be said.
All right, guys, we played it twice already, so that's good enough here. We won't play a third time here. I played for the first time to get the overview. The second time, I just wanted to break it down a little bit here. Ebony's going to take some backlash here, and here's what's going to happen here. The women who do rock with Ebony ain't listening to this here. They ain't checking for, like, what is she talking about, Ebony? Shut up. Right? But what we can say here is that Kevin Samuels didn't lie. Kevin Samuels is telling the truth. He out here telling women before he passed away, rest in peace to his soul here, about how you guys need to prioritize meaningful relationships when you are in your prime. When you get out of your prime, now you're running the crapshoot here. And then now you're running the gambit of men not even taking you seriously. Because let's just keep it a buck here now. Times have changed now where us men see a certain type of woman, you're a certain type of age, and you talk and move a certain type of way. We're just saying, nah, we good. We don't want to deal with it. We'll keep it moving. We don't want those headaches. We don't want those arguments. We want someone that wants to rock with us. And what's going on is that these women are going ahead and getting their degrees, getting their associates, getting their bachelors. They come out of school and they get a job making about $45,000, $50,000 a year, and they have this great sense of accomplishment. And that is a great accomplishment to get your degree in college, right? But then that sense of accomplishment becomes entitlement. It becomes hubris. You have an ego. And the next thing you know, what we do see is women with these degrees, they look down on men who don't got degrees. You try to make something, I'm educated. And so since I'm educated, I'm better than you, black man. But here's the problem, though. You moving this way here is the reason why men don't deal with y'all. Because think about it. You over here, you got your degree. Congratulations. Good job. You're smart. You went ahead and went to school, stayed for something, got your degree, got a job. You're making about $45,000, $50,000 a year. But what does that say about the man who sees you and he's making about $80,000 to $100,000 a year with no student loan debt and he's running his own plumbing business? While you here making $45,000, $50,000 and you got $70,000 student loan debt. You look down at that man when that man is saying that you actually need me. You need some help paying down that student loan debt. You know, so for all y'all ladies out there, y'all need to listen to Ebony K, because now not only the wall is here, it ain't going nowhere. She is stuck to her own situation here, which is to go through in vitro by herself. It takes two to make a baby. If you're a religious person, you're a God-fearing person, you know that God created man and woman, okay? You cannot have a baby without the man and the woman coming together, right? And what y'all trying to do is just do things by yourself and then trying to go the technology route to do it by yourself when the situation is not even set up to do it alone. So y'all can keep going ahead and moving the way you're moving here, or you can be a carbon copy of Ebony Williams, be in your 40s. You can be somewhat successful in your right here, but what is the point of having success in the business world when that your own personal life is full of shambles? Because you guys got to remember this, ladies.